Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism. This video is to do with the fact that there is so many people out there in the comments of the social media where people are trying to make people aware of narcissistic behaviour, jumping into the comments and downplaying narcissistic behaviour by claiming we're all narcissists, we are all narcissistic, we all do those things. Which, when somebody is coming away from a narcissistic relationship that is already doubting themselves, blaming themselves, questioning themselves and trying to work out what on earth has just happened to them, this can be very damaging towards them. As they can then think, well, yes, maybe I am a little bit narcissistic. Maybe I have done this. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't go no contact. But isn't that being narcissistic? So, in one aspect, like most things in life, there's two sides to this. In one aspect, yes, we are all capable of acting in narcissistic ways. We are all capable of being narcissistic. However, it does not make everyone a narcissist. Also, within those behaviours, within those narcissistic behaviours that we are all capable of doing, doesn't mean everybody does them. Just because we are capable does not mean that everybody displays these behaviours. However, sometimes, although the behaviours are the same or similar, the reason behind the behaviour, the intentions behind the behaviour is very, very different, which is what makes it so easy for a narcissistic person to manipulate another person. As when they take a close look at themselves and can realise that they can respond in a given situation in that manner, they look at how the narcissist is responding from a place they would be coming from and not from the place the narcissist is coming from. Narcissistic people are envious, they are self-entitled and they are exploitative. They look to manipulate in order to get to their own way. Genuine people are usually helpful and kind and compassionate and looking at the other person's point of view, which is what a narcissistic person needs, someone who will see it from a different point of view so they can get away with their behaviour. So one thing that is similar yet different or the same, as we all feel anger, we're human, we have emotions, and we can all feel anger. We can all feel that resentment towards another person. However, you will notice with a narcissistic person, their anger comes from their sense of entitlement not being met. Their anger comes from not getting their own way. Their anger comes from people not putting them first. Their anger comes from people disagreeing with them. Their anger comes from people potentially being able to expose them. Whereas someone who has suffered at the hands of a narcissist, their anger comes from a narcissistic person leaving out information. Yes, we could all leave out information that is none of the other person's business. However, a narcissistic person will leave out information that, if you had the full information, would lead you to making a choice that doesn't serve the narcissist, that isn't in the narcissist's best interest. They will create that intrigue within you. They will create that conflict. They'll not answer a simple question. They will push you past your breaking point. They will chip away at you. They will provoke you. They will wind you up. They will get you going. They will get you full of that anger and that resentment until you naturally react to them. That is the narcissistic person winding you up to get you angry. So they can turn around and think to themselves, there's nothing wrong with me, look at them, they're angry. What's wrong with you? Oh, somebody's had a terrible day, haven't they? Who wants to have a conversation with you when you're behaving like this? Which leads them to not having the conversation that you were trying to have with them, and it constantly wears you down. A narcissistic person expects you to drop everything to serve them. You might have a friend's wedding to go to that they've been invited to and they know all about it, but they're going to create something in that morning of that wedding to mean that they need you. And if you don't drop your friend and your friend's wedding for the narcissist, they're going to get angry with you. They're going to seek to punish you. They're going to seek to get you back. Now, we can all have been lied to and conned by somebody. We can all have been deceived by somebody, and we can have those feelings of wanting revenge. Narcissistic people want revenge because they didn't get their own way, because you didn't serve them. They seek to punish you, not because you did something hurtful or spiteful towards them, not because you lied or cheated or exploited them, because you simply dare say no to them. They seek to take you down. When they're getting those reactions from you to the point where you're trying to have a conversation with them and they're just singing away or tutting or humming, and they've already got you to a place of anger and resentment, and then they're just seeing how far they can take you until they take you over the edge. And when the anger rises, you can scream, you can shout, you can rage out at them, you can throw things at them, which is that reactive abuse as you're trying to stand up for yourself. However, you will know that that behaviour is wrong and you shouldn't be behaving in that way, and you're going really out of character for who you are as a person around that person, and then it might leak out to other people around you because your body's dealing with so much stress. You're blaming yourself, questioning yourself, doubting yourself, forever trying to change yourself. A narcissistic person will threaten you to control you. You might just want to go and see your parents. You might want to go and see a sibling, but they're going to threaten you. They're going to throw their dinner on the floor and claim that you made it wrong and storm off to intimidate you into not doing something that doesn't work in their best interest. When it comes to gaslighting, we are all capable of gaslighting people accidentally. We're all capable of watching a young child fall over and say, jump up quick, it's not that bad, when to the child it is that bad. Your intentions are to try and help the child, not to try and gaslight that child's reality. Yet it just comes out either from generations, if that's how you were raised, but it just comes out. We can also unintentionally gaslight another person's reality without meaning to by trying to defend our own. So a narcissistic person will promise to do something for you to get their needs met by you at that present moment in time, and then that promise they made to you, they build your hopes up, they let you down time and time again, causing that anger, that frustration, that resentment, that build up within you. And when you go and speak to them about this, they just turn around and say, I never said that, which can provoke those feelings of anger and can provoke those reactions within you. However, a narcissist will ask you to do something for them, and you can turn around and say no, or I need to think about it. And then they will come back at you and expect you to just do what you said no to or think about. And they will say, you already agreed. You said you would do it. And you can turn around and say, I never said that. Because you never said it. You never said yes. They just took, I'll think about it, as a yes. So we can all use those gaslighting phrases. It's the intentions behind those phrases. When you never said something, you never said something. However, as we all know within ourselves, especially when in a narcissistic relationship, our memories can give way a little. We often question, oh, did they say that? Didn't they say that? Oh, maybe it's me. Whereas a narcissistic person will not do this. To a narcissist, you're the one that's causing all the issues, not them. The silent treatment. We all know, or most of us know, that potentially if somebody hurts our feelings, we can fall silent while we gather our thoughts. If someone's trying to provoke us and push our buttons, we can go quiet to try and end the conflict. The intentions aren't to manipulate or exploit the other person. They're to kind of go into ourselves and work out what's happening, and then when we're ready to approach that person who's hurt our feelings, go and communicate with them. And if it's a genuine person, you can have that two-way conversation. If it's a narcissistic person, you're going to step away feeling more confused, more angry, more frustrated, more hurt. A narcissistic person, again, when they don't get their own way, when you say no, they get offended, they stop talking to you until you give them what they want. Indifference. When it comes to a narcissistic person, they lack the empathy to care. So if it's not about them, if it doesn't make them look good, if they can't exploit something, if they can't take something away from you, if it doesn't work in their best interest, they are not interested. They are going to outdo you. Any pain you've been through, they've lived through far worse. They turn around and say, now you know how it feels. Oh, that's nothing compared to when Any success, they want to either downplay it. Oh, that's nothing. No, that's nothing compared to when Or they want to outdo what you've done. You cannot share good news or bad news with a narcissist because they're in a competition with you that you know nothing about. They're always trying to outdo you. So they're not interested in listening to you. It can seem like they are because they're interested in listening to the information that they can use against you to hurt you. They're not interested because they care about you. We ourselves can get to a point with a narcissistic person when we learn that indifference is going to be our saviour. By not paying attention, by not listening to the BS that comes out of their mouths, their lies, their tantrums, their gaslighting. By no longer reacting to them, by no longer giving them the emotional responses they so desperately need from us to control us, that we get to free ourselves from them. And it's hard going because you care about them. You want them to see, you want to explain, you want to help. So getting to a point of showing a narcissist indifference takes a lot of time, even if you do it unwittingly because they've pulled you down so much that it's got you to that point. You still care about that person. You're still worried about offending that person. It takes time to step away from a narcissist. And jealousy, bitterness. Narcissistic people are some of the most envious people you could ever meet, and they seek to destroy what other people have got that they are envious of, or they seek to take it away from other people. We can all have feelings of jealousy, normal human emotions, especially when you are building and creating a life and a future with somebody and then they go and cheat on you. It is going to crush you. It is going to cause those feelings of jealousy and bitter and anger and resentment and grief and so many emotions for you to deal with. A narcissistic person is then just going to turn around and accuse you of being bitter and jealous and angry. Like there's an issue with your perfectly valid, normal emotional reactions to their actions. They want you, they're gaslighting you and those around you into believing there's something wrong with normal human emotions. They want those around you to believe that it's okay that they just went and cheated on you. You're just the bitter one. You're just the angry one. When in actual fact, they are a liar, a fraud, a cheater, a manipulator, a deceiver. It's a choice they made. They lack the respect, they lack the morals, they lack the loyalty, they lack the empathy. But they don't want this pointing out, therefore it's far easier for them to turn around and say, they're bitter, they're jealous, they're crazy, everything's good with me. Look, I can hold down a relationship because I've just jumped straight into a new one, which is a big red flag in itself. Healthy, genuine people do not jump from one relationship to the next, lining somebody up before they've even moved on. Narcissistic people do this because they've got an ulterior motive. Nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs a place to stay. When a narcissistic person talks badly of all their exes, they will be putting all their exes down. They'll be accusing all their exes of being crazy and jealous and bitter. When a survivor is talking badly of their ex, they're accusing them of being abusive. And it usually takes a lot for them to actually speak out about the abuse they've suffered, through fear of not being believed, through shame within themselves of putting up with behaviour that they didn't even realise at the time they were putting up with. It's not till you're out of the situation that you recognise the situation you are in. And even then it takes some work to realise what you've been through, and you can end up feeling dumb and stupid. And it's naivety. We don't know what we do not know until we've learned it. And unfortunately with narcissistic abuse, we often have to live it and experience it, and then it takes time to fully understand it. A narcissist might suddenly start speaking positively of an ex that they spoke poorly about in order to triangulate, manipulate, divide and conquer, make somebody feel bad. When it comes to being a narcissistic person, it is a choice that they make to behave in that way, and it's a series of choices that they make time and time again. And as they don't take responsibility for their behaviour, they do not change their behaviour. They just pass the blame on to somebody else and move on to someone unaware of their behaviour. Those who are left behind working through their own behaviours, questioning themselves, changing themselves, taking responsibility, and then learning to pass responsibility back to the rightful owner for the behaviour that wasn't their responsibility. Those people change. Those people work on themselves to become a better person. Narcissistic people work on how to manipulate better to become a worse person. I shall link into the description the playlist on the difference between a narcissist behaviour and a non-narcissistic person's behaviour to explain more on those. So yes, just because we are all capable of acting narcissistic does not make us all narcissists. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot give no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.